All right, so just doing a quick update. I had a lesson today with Sarah. It was an hour-long lesson, um, and a little bit of an update, I guess, from previous vlog. Since then, I've been to the physio and I've been to the podiatrist, getting some molds, orthotics made up for my feet, and hopefully that's going to help, create a little bit more stability for me, and become less injury prone. I'm looking at some different golf shoes at the moment, and I've spoken to the podiatrist about that and Sarah, and they both agree that that will help me, a little bit compared to just wearing your average flat, like runners, and it's going to create a little bit more bite, I guess, and grip, and they're made a little bit, I guess, firmer around the sides, so it gives you a bit more support and less movement in the foot, in the front foot as well. So that's probably going to be slightly beneficial. So that would and could help me. With the physio, I'm working through with them on my injury on my legs. Next lesson, I'm going to work through some issues on my tennis elbow or golfer's elbow. So that's all sort of good. They're working with me and hopefully looking for some sort of fix for my legs. Haven't found something just yet, but they've addressed it, and the guy that I work with today, he's really I guess taking it seriously, and getting me to do a few different stretches and exercises to try and see. I guess we're going to trial a few things, and we're trying to find a baseline. Next session, I'm going to go into the weights room, and we're going to try a few different weights, and I think he just wants to find a baseline really for me, and something to build on, and we'll go from there. So that's quite positive, and I think this guy sort of knows what he's doing, and I get a good feeling that he's trying to help me and work through this with me to find something. And the podiatrist, that's going to help as well, I think. And I've told Sarah about these things too. So it's good to sort of keep her in the loop, I think, and she can work with those things going on in my golf game, and it all sort of works together, I think. So keeping that communication open is really, I think, beneficial, and that's one thing I am working on. So I'll keep doing that. Today in my lesson, I worked on things that I was working on, I guess, in the previous lesson. And one thing that's been troubling me a little bit is with my driver, I've lost a bit more consistency since I've been changing the swing. When I hit it well, I hit it really well, nice and straight, good distance. It's workable. But just finding that consistency is a small issue for me. And one thing that Sarah pointed out today, which was I was doing a lot, was over rotating my hips or opening my hips too early. So I need to sort of keep them more stiff or more closed, and open them sort of as I'm hitting the ball. So learning to change that is beneficial. Working on a good practice shot, so working on all the things that I've been learning, doing that practice shot every single time before I hit it, making sure I'm comfortable with the practice shot, and then just hitting the ball, just replicating that practice shot. And I tend to be hitting some pretty good shots when I do that. When I overanalyze, when I think too much about what I'm doing, then that's when the problems creep in. So really just getting that all out in the practice shot, and if it feels good, just step up to the ball and do exactly what I did with the practice shot and just hit it. And I sanded a lot of shots today doing that, so that's working for me. Also working on my balance, and the orthotics and everything issues and this stuff may come in to help a little bit with that, but I do have a tendency to pivot my weight on the front of my feet a little bit, so shifting that balance of my weight back more toward my heel, and I do tend to feel more comfortable, and I can sort of freely swing through the ball. And that brings me to the next thing is just remembering to rotate the shoulders and I've been doing it pretty well on my irons, and it has been improving my shorter game and the consistency with it. And my 7-iron, and even some of my longer irons, I don't work on them a lot, but I'm seeing improvements. It's not consistent yet, but I am seeing those improvements in ball striking, pewing a lot of shots and getting good distance from them. And I'm more consistent in the ones that I'm practicing more with, the shorter irons. Irons aren't sort of something that's troubling me a lot at the moment. I have been hitting them a lot straighter as of recent, and able to sort of like right to left them, get a bit of a draw on them, but actually drawing them more to the right and then around to sort of where I'm aiming, opposed to before where I'd be, I guess, drawing it but it turning into more of a hook. So there's some small things that are improving in my irons, but I've just got to keep working at that. And the short game, putting, I don't putt enough, so I've got to practice more on that. But I really feel like I need a lighter putter. Don't really like my putter; it just feels too heavy. So I will look at getting a new putter. And one of the tendencies I have with my driver is that I, hit the ground sometimes, especially on my practice swing. Sarah was explaining to me that is because I'm hitting it more like an iron shot. I'm sort of aiming down at the ball, and then that's where I get those high shots, that go straight up. So she gave me a few little tips, I guess, to work at correcting those. Putting a tee in front of the ball, 12 inches in front, and trying not to hit that tee. If I do hit the tee, then obviously I'm hitting down at the ball. So I want to sort of sweep through, more freely swing at the ball, rotating the shoulders, not opening those hips too early, and not overthinking it. Just really freely hitting a good solid shot, and then finishing on the front foot. They're the main things. It was only a couple of things that I guess she could point out to me today that I need to work on. But it's still all those fundamental things from the first lesson. That I'm working on, and it's the I guess the foundation, a solid foundation, body position, posture, grip and aim, and I guess I'm, like she pointed out to me today, that my grip was good. Like my hand position was really good, and she didn't have to pull me up on that once. Aiming the ball, I am improving at that. It's, I think one thing that I do, I'm not always 100% comfortable with, is when I set up to the ball, sometimes I'm a little too close or I'm a little too far away. So just spending a little bit more time finding the sweet spot, I think is something that helps. And then getting my balance, remembering to twist through, with the shoulders, get that rotation going, and following through forward, the motion as far forward as I can, not sort of curving off too much. So I want to sort of bring the backswing more up and less around, a little bit more up, and rotating, and following through the ball forward a little more. And all these little things I've been working on really is helping. So I think moving forward, I've got to, obviously going to keep working on the things that I worked on today with her. I'm going to be working on a lot more driver. So Sarah wants me to work on a lot more driver. Soon I'll probably do a playing lesson with Sarah, and that way I guess she can nut out she can see me how I'm playing, and I think that's going to be hugely beneficial. Something I wanted to do for quite a while, so I'm looking forward to that. But until the next lesson, I will just keep working on the things that I've written down in my journal, and just keep chipping away at it, really. Moving forward with health, physio wants me to start doing like a 2 to 3 kilometer jog every couple of days, give myself a couple of days rest, and he gave me a couple of stretches that he wants me to do, so I'm going to do that until my next physio appointment, which is 2 weeks from now. What else am I doing? Yeah, so just doing that, seeing how I go, getting that baseline for the physio, working on the things with Sarah. I pick up the orthotics soon. I did get my eyes checked. My eyes are pretty good. They're not perfect, but I might look at potentially trying some contacts just to see if it does give me any improvement in my vision or hand-eye coordination. It might be worth trying. I don't know. I think I might just get a couple of contacts and give it a try. And if I don't feel like it's really benefiting me, then I probably won't bother with them, or I might just use them for golf or something like that. But I think it's worth a try, and trial and error is a good thing. So yeah, that's something else that I'm trying. Health-wise, that's pretty much it for me. Just working with the physio, the podiatrist, getting new shoes. My eyes are good, so I did get them checked and they're all good. But potentially some contacts may help. We'll see. That's basically it. I don't think there's anything else to work on. Just got to get out and play more golf. It's summer weather's coming, so there's no excuses. So I'll be out playing a lot more golf and hopefully improving. And until the next one, I'll keep working out what I'm working out.